CBS 6 News starts now.
Tonight, team coverage of the Sweet 16 in women's college basketball here in the Capital Region. We have reaction from players, fans, and a whole lot more, all straight ahead.
Plus, fan frenzy, basketball's biggest fans descending upon MVP Arena to take part in all of the March Madness fun. We take you there. Well, the NCAA tournament is officially underway at MVP Arena. We have team coverage of all of the March Madness excitement tonight.
Albany in the center of the women's basketball world right now, one of the two venues hosting the women's Sweet 16. 8 teams competing here to find out who will be in the Final Four. That includes Iowa and the biggest name in the land right now, Caitlin Clark. We will hear from Ashley Kusakanki shortly on that. But first, we've got Steve with the forecast.
All right.
Steve, thank you. Well, fans got an early start to the March Madness fun with a Fan Fest experience this afternoon. I caught up with some of the fans there ahead of the big games to learn more about what they're looking forward to the most.
Crowds of basketball fans descending upon MVP Arena in Albany, hoping to catch a glimpse of their favorite teams and players as some of the biggest names in women's basketball prepare for their Sweet 16 and Elite 8 games.
Today we're rooting for South Carolina, but we also want to see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese.
Younger players drawing inspiration from the moment.
It really helps me, I guess with other people, with my love of basketball.
It's fun to learn from them and watching how they play and what they do in action.
The gathering made possible thanks to this Fan Fest experience. The sea of colors visible down the block as fans sported their favorite team's gear.
There's something for everyone here at the Fan Fest experience. We have games on this side, and on the other side we have vendor booths, we have food trucks, and there's even a live DJ here too.
City officials hope being in the national spotlight this week will help people learn more about what all the Capital Region has to offer.
I really hope that for people who have not been here before and are visiting for the first time or maybe hearing about us for the first time outside of just politics at the capital city, have a chance to see, oh my gosh, there's so much going on here. The city is really active and vibrant, and we want to come back because we can't cram it all into this holiday weekend.
While also inspiring more little girls to continue following their dreams, whether that be in sports or anything else, like this pair who traveled all the way from Pennsylvania for the fun.
It's really cool. It's nice to get to see them in person, and it's inspiring to see them play and follow their dreams. So that's really cool.
It helps me to enjoy the sport and just see all my options for playing women's sports and stuff.
Well, if you missed out on the fun, don't worry. There's going to be something for everyone all weekend long, including motivational panels for women's sports, lots of food, music, and more. We'll have more information on some of that at CBS6Albany.com. Well, some of the biggest names in college basketball are in the Capital Region tonight.
That is for sure. Players like Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Coach Dawn Staley, all there as fans converge on Albany for the March Madness Sweet 16 play. CBS 6's Ashley Kusakanki is live for us outside of MVP Arena.
Thank you. And Caitlin Clark isn't the only reason some people are saying women's college basketball has never been better.
In addition to undefeated South Carolina and Coach Dawn Staley, the defending national champion LSU Tigers are in town.
CBS 6's Tom Eschen joining us now live at MVP Arena, where we're hearing from Angel Reese and Kim Mulkey tonight. Tom.
Sorry about that. We are in the middle of the chaos, as you can say.
Switching gears now, an investigation underway following a fight and a stabbing in Troy. Police say a man was stabbed in the back after getting involved in a fight at Vivian's Bar on Congress Street. The victim is expected to be okay. No suspects have been arrested. This happened around 10:30 last night. If you know anything, call police. Former President Donald Trump appealing a ruling in Georgia that allows Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis to remain on his criminal election subversion case. Attorneys for Trump and several co-defendants are asking Georgia State of Appeals to overturn the decision, which allowed Willis to stay on if her top prosecutor, a former romantic interest, resigned, which he did. The defense wants the entire DA's office disqualified from the case.
All right, still to come here tonight. Amid a rise in squatting incidents nationwide, some lawmakers are taking action.
Why this growing issue is pinning homeowners against squatters.
And our coverage of March Madness continues. Coming up in sports, CBS 6's Sam Israel joins us from the MVP Arena with details on this weekend's big matchups. Recent high-profile clashes between squatters and homeowners leading to some attention-grabbing headlines out there.
And they're causing state lawmakers across the country to take action. We told you this week about how some members of the GOP in Albany want to change the language of the law to better protect home and property owners. National correspondent Kayla Gaskins has a look at the nationwide issue. All right, well, sports is next with our Sam Israel, but first, here's a look at what's ahead at 5:30. The federal investigation into hip-hop star Sean Diddy Combs continues to make headlines.
Why the investigation is raising concerns over other sex trafficking cases nationwide. This weekend continues.
More from the biggest stars in women's college basketball straight ahead.
CBS 6 News starts now.
First at 5:30, your top stories and your weather headlines. Here is what you need to know.
March Madness is officially underway at MVP Arena. Albany is one of 2 venues hosting the Women's Sweet 16, and we have 8 teams competing here for a slot in the Final Four.
$8.6 million. That's according to Discover Albany. Just how much Albany will take in from this weekend's women's basketball tournament at MVP. The arena general manager Bob Belber has already submitted bids to host March Madness games from 2026 to 2028.
Scene One Entertainment announcing today it will reopen Spectrum 8 movie theater in Albany's Delaware Avenue neighborhood. The new theater is expected to open up next month after temporarily closing this year.
In-depth coverage on all of these stories online. Just head to CBS6Albany.com.
Well, our team coverage of March Madness in Albany continues tonight.
CBS 6's Ashley Kusakanki joins us live from the MVP Arena with all the excitement. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
CNN reports a federal law enforcement source says rapper Sean Diddy Combs is a target of an investigative unit that handles human trafficking crimes. The investigation shines a light on sex trafficking across the country. National correspondent Janae Bowens has a look at the severity of the issue. Family, friends, and fellow politicians gathered in Connecticut to say goodbye to former Senator and Vice Presidential nominee Joe Lieberman. Democratic lawmakers, including Senator Chris Murphy, as well as Connecticut Governor Ned Lamont, were among those who spoke at his funeral service today. Former Vice President Al Gore also delivered remarks, calling the man he chose as his vice presidential running mate in the 2000 presidential race his friend.
We laughed together, fought like hell together for what we wanted our country to be, prayed together, thought for a season we had won together, well, you know that part of the story.
Lieberman spent 24 years in the Senate and made history as the first Jewish candidate on a major party's presidential ticket. He died Wednesday at the age of 82 due to complications from a fall.
Still to come here tonight, a top Ivy League school is seeing fewer applications. Despite this and controversy, Harvard is still going strong.
And ordering takeout and delivery can really add up. Taxes, tips, and what about those fees? What you can do to avoid paying all that extra money.
And maybe you can use those savings in your next trip to the grocery store. We'll tell you if shelling out a bit extra for certain paper towel brands is worth it. Fewer people applied to Harvard this year. The school says undergraduate applications dropped 5% from a year ago.
Harvard reported more than 54,000 applications for the class of 2028, the lowest in 4 years. However, the total is still the school's 4th highest total number of applicants in its history. Harvard found itself in a public relations crisis last fall as its response to an anti-Israel letter was strongly criticized by some alumni and politicians. The school has also been accused of anti-Semitism and Islamophobia.
When you place an order on apps like DoorDash or Uber Eats or even pick up a takeout order, you're probably noticing how fees and taxes and tips can really inflate your total. A new survey by WalletHub shows Americans think it's gotten out of hand.
National correspondent Atra El-Nashar has a closer look at the issue and one thing you can try to avoid some of those extra fees.
Optimistically, it'll be done with temperatures back to near 50.
Got to make it to Friday there.
Yeah, a lot of 40s next week.
I know,
Yikes.
I know. All right, Steve, thank you. Well, coming up at 6 tonight on CBS 6, more of our March Madness team coverage.
Live in studio and from downtown Albany, where players and fans are all feeling the excitement.
And that fan frenzy, drawing folks from all over to the capital region, will take you there too.
One weekend that will be over before we know it, and a huge revenue stream for the area as well. It's all coming up at 6.
Oscar-winning actor Lou Gossett Jr. died Friday at the age of 87. That's according to a statement from his family released by his longtime publicist.
Gossett won an Academy Award for his performance in An Officer and a Gentleman.
Are name brand paper towels worth the extra money? In your Consumer Report, CBS 6's Julia Dunn breaks down which ones came out on top after a series of pickup, strength, and absorbency tests.
Sometimes a paper towel.
Well, spring is, I know it's interesting.
Those are some tests, that's all I gotta say.
Well, spring is a time for flowers blooming and rebirth, so what better time for Indian Ladder Farms to do its annual Baby Animal Days?
Sounds like this is the time. CBS 6 morning anchor Lara Bryn reports now from the farm in Altamont where Baby Animal Days kicked off today.
We are here at
Baby animals almost left her speechless there.
I know, very cute. Baby goats there.
You can't watch that without going, aw, over and over.
Oh,
right?
okay, there we go, yeah.
All right, still to come tonight, our coverage of March Madness in Albany continues.
Tonight, CBS 6 catches up with some of the biggest stars in women's college basketball playing at MVP Arena.